Hola, from Popayan, Colombia. Today I'll be talking to you about my suggestion not to invest in Costa Rica, but instead investing in Colombia. Years ago we invested in Costa Rica, just like many others. We believed we would retire in Costa Rica. When we started to live there, we realized the weather for the 6 summer months is unbearable and the cost of living is relatively high. However, the reason I strongly suggest not to invest in Costa Rica is because not only are all properties highly overpriced, there are many other challenges. After 12 months of actively trying to sell the property, we reduced the price to below half of the actual investment amount. At this time, an offer came in with another 50% reduction on the already 50% reduced listed price. The offer was accepted because our neighbor was already trying to sell for 7 years and still had no one interested. 3 weeks before the closing date, we had a landslide. During the 6 months of the rainy season, landslides are common in Costa Rica, but we never had any trouble except at this last crucial minute. Even though there were only minor damages to the house, it cost over $5,000 for the cleanup, and then the price had to be reduced another $20,000 in order to close the deal. Today, 3 years later, our neighbor is still trying to sell. It has now been 10 years since he first started trying to sell his property. The buyer of our property separated it into 3 condo properties and upgraded things. To this day, he has not even sold the first of the 3 units. I believe that with climate change and the climate extremes are only now starting to become obvious, we will all be living very challenging times. In my opinion, investing in Ecuador or Colombia while you still can, and as long as the American dollar is still high, is the wisest thing to do right now. We invite you to stay with us on the coffee Sacha Inchi farm in Popayan, Colombia, for as long as you need. Learn Spanish and figure out what steps you need to take to actively prepare yourself and your family for the coming climate emergency and financial collapse. Infinite love.